Alright, so we need to make a roof now that goes over the 4 main walls. And to do that, you'll see on the Architecture tab you have the Roof tool. And this tool works a bit differently to the ones you've used so far. So maybe you can just watch what I'm doing before you try it, because there's a few things you need to know about. So again, on the Architecture tab, you'll find that Roof tool. And just like the Wall button, you don't need to choose any of the options under the sub-menu there. Just click onto the top half of that button to use the default option, which is Roof by Footprint. Oh yeah, now sorry, if you're not in a floor plan, I should have mentioned that. If you start in a view that isn't a floor plan, it'll ask you to change views. Now I've already changed back to the ground floor, sorry, the lowest level, which is 01 FL level 1 in my floor plans in the project browser. Yeah, so yeah, go back to that first, double click, and remember, well, how do you know which view or level you're looking at in your project browser? How can you tell which one's open? Looking at mine maybe. Is it the blue one there? Which one's open? Blue one or the bold one? The bold one, that's right. When they're bold, they're active. The blue just means it's been selected, and that's different. So it should be bold. Double click if you're not sure. That makes sure it's open. You might have already clicked on the Roof button. That's normal. Don't worry about that. If it's faded out, it should be. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the Roof button. And you might see this. You may see this question. You may not. Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry. That means you just clicked on the Roof tool. That's fine. So you're a step ahead. So here it says lowest level notice. If you get that question, you haven't done anything wrong. It's just picked up that you're on the lowest level. And Revit's clever in some ways. It's realised that we're at the lowest point in the building, and we probably don't want a roof on the ground. So it's asking us if we want to put the roof onto a different level, and I do. I want to put that onto the highest level. So that's going to be 03 CL level 2, the highest level in our project, and then yes. Now everything should be greyed out. Because like I said, the Roof tool works a bit differently to the tools you've been using so far. It goes into this special mode that Revit has. It's called Sketch Mode. Okay, so this is something you need to notice when you're using Revit. You need to be aware when you're in Sketch Mode and when you're not. You can tell usually when you're in Sketch Mode because you'll see up here, ticking across. So when you see that red tick, the red cross and the green tick, that usually means you're in Sketch Mode. And Sketch Mode basically means you're sketching the thing that you're trying to make and you can't do anything else. So I can't change the walls, I can't change the reference planes, all I can do is make my roof. And that's a good thing, because it means I don't need to worry about accidentally affecting something else. Yep, sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, floor plans. Floor plans, yeah. That's it, yeah. Okay, so that's the first step, just getting into the tool. Now, if at any point you want to stop and start doing it again, you can always click on the cross, and that will just cancel whatever you're doing. And then you can select the other objects again. The red cross up the top. Now, if you've lost it, just look for a green tab. So you can always tell the active tab. If I click on one of these others, there'll be one that's green up the top. So the green tab is usually the active tab, which has the tick and the cross that let you get out of that option or that mode. The other tabs won't have it. So just again, keep an eye out for these things. It's standard throughout Revit. So now I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to click on the cross. I'm going to keep drawing my roof. But I'm going to change some options before I do anything. Again, using the options bar, like before with the wall. I'll just show you where this is in the notes. So you can see here it says once you've drawn the roof, or once you started using the roof tool, with the options bar, you need to set the options that are shown down here, and there are really just two. You've got to put an overhang, which it's actually on the next page. It tells you 400 mil. The slope is going to be 30 degrees, and that'll come up in a moment as well. So all we need to do there on the options bar is type in 400 mil for overhang. 400, yep. And now I'm going to pick one of the walls, just zooming in so you can see that the line there goes to the left. And now I'm going to pick the wall over on the right and make sure the line this time goes to the right. If it goes onto the wrong side, in other words, if it goes inside the building, you've got the arrow that will flip it. Yep. It should. I'll come over in a second and... Oh yes, I skipped those two videos. They just do the same things again, and then it'll pick up again.
What should it be called?
I've forgotten the name. I'd have to have a look at it, but it does have everything in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, part 3. That's right. Yeah, part 3.
That's not what we're doing.
You might. Yeah. Well, look, we're almost at that stage now. So maybe if you just come back in here and you can continue on with everyone.
It won't save, will it?
No, but I'll give you this file anyway.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
So we should then come back.
Yeah, because I'm going to be at that stage. Yeah. Okay, so I picked the two sides. I'll do this again in a moment anyway. But just to show you the last step, you can see that these two sides, so make sure if you're doing it along with me that you've chosen the two vertical walls. Now I'm going to turn define slope off. So up the top here you can see there's a tick box next to define slope. And I'm going to choose the top wall and the bottom wall. So that's what it should look like. And if it does, just click on the tick box and it will create your roof. And maybe so that you can see what it looks like, in the plan it will disappear. Have a look in the 3D view and make sure it looks something like mine does.